Okay, so we're going to look at today a cracking experiment to break down paraffin, so like a longer chain hydrocarbon, into smaller hydrocarbons and a chemical called an alkene. Okay, we'll talk about what they are in a minute. So in this boiling tube we've got some mineral wool soaked in this paraffin wax. In between we've got some pot broken up into little pieces as a catalyst. And we've got a delivery tube going down here in this trough of water which has a boiling tube in it. So I'm going to make a start with heating the paraffin. So we heat the paraffin and you get it nice and hot over our catalyst of, in this case, aluminium oxide. Get all the air bubbles out of here. So you might be able to just about see, I'm not sure if you can on this camera, that there is some little gas coming out of that as this sort of paraffin's evaporating and should be starting to react as it flows over the catalyst. And you see we're starting to get little air bubbles build up in here, bubbles of gas. Just let that do its thing. It's going really, really quick as well, which is good. As you can see, the tube's nearly full of gas already. Just going to take it away. Okay, so the delivery tube is now full of our alkene gas. Just going to grab boom.
Water selection, so you can find one that fits.
Okay, will do. So, if I just take this and pop it into the test tube rack. Pop a tiny bit of paraffin wax into this test tube. More than expected. And then to grab some bromine water. Okay, it's been kept very tightly secure because it is quite dodgy. Not stuff you want to be around. And it stinks. So let's
Not
do
fully.
that. Okay, let's take the pet. Put a few drops of bromine water into there. Put it back onto the cap. And then a few drops onto here. So, you notice that the bromine water basically doesn't mix with the paraffin very well, but it stays at a yellow colour. Whereas in this alkene one, if I give it a shake, as long as none of the alkene gas has escaped.
It's definitely using its colour.
Yeah. You can see it's starting to go sort of a much paler colour than it was originally, okay? There's definitely a difference in colour between the two. I keep shaking it, give it. So you can see, after a little while, it goes basically completely, as we would say, colourless.
There you go.
Okay, so it's not, so you can't say clear because technically, I mean that's still clear, but it's just yellow. Okay, so it's what we call colourless. So our test for alkenes versus alkanes is that an alkane will, well, bromine water will stay yellow in the presence of an alkane. However, it will go colourless in the presence of an alkene. Okay, and we can talk about why that is